Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tony and I are very excited to be here. We have been working on this project for, I think it's been over a year.
Over a year. Yeah.
Yes, we actually announced it right before SHOT Show this past year, so it has been live and available for quite a bit of time. We've made some enhancements, of course, over the past several months. And we are really now ready to launch this and at a really good place to get a lot more dealers using this new technology. So we're excited to be here today, explain the new program to you, walk you through how easy it is for you to use, how it costs you nothing. There's no fee to use this program. From my perspective, it really is a no-brainer, and it is quite frankly a game changer. So,
Absolutely. Yep.
so with that, some quick housekeeping. We are recording this session, and we will send you the recorded link at the end of the live session. There are quite a few dealers on this live session, so we encourage you to ask questions. You can type those questions into the GoToWebinar pane over on the right side of your screen. We're going to save some time at the end and answer all the questions that come through. And with that, I am going to kick us off here with some quick introductions. Tony, you want to go first?
So I'm Tony. I've been with Sports South for now 28 years and started off in sales and took over the marketing department and served as director of marketing for about 15 to 18 years. And now I'm involved with all the data integrations and tying in our dealers with all of our services and help developing new services and working with the sales team and bringing the whole world together.
And thank you, Tony. And my name is Michelle Salerno. For those of you who don't know me, I've been with Celerant now for about 20 years. It'll actually be 20 years in September. And much like Tony, my background was marketing, and I really led the marketing team here for the majority of those 20 years. And more recently, I'm now the Chief Growth Officer, really leading strategic partnerships, and of course, everything sales and marketing here as well. So we have a mix of a lot of different dealers on today's session. Many of you are using our Celerant software, and so you know me and you know Celerant, and just about everybody, I'm sure, is ordering from Sports South. But we'll do a quick introduction for those of you who might not know yet all about us at Celerant, or of course, Sports South.
So with Sports South, you know, one thing that's neat is I've had the opportunity to work for 2 of the 5 generations and was close to the third one. And what's amazing to me is the consistency of our direction and our strategies, and we haven't changed one bit. And that strategy is, one, how to make you more profitable, how for us to stick to the lane of distribution. And you'll hear me repeat this a lot. Our strategy is always to make our warehouse your warehouse. And it's always our goal is to figure out how to keep you as lean as you possibly can in store, and then let us bear the brunt side of keeping a few hundred million in stock and always being on demand when you need us.
Yeah, and here at Celerant, our whole message that we are constantly trying to educate our dealers about is how, by leaning into distributor integrations and working with distributors like Sports South, of course, you're ordering already from Sports South, but leaning into the technology and leading into the integrations that we have available, you're able to offer an endless aisle of products on your website because of exactly what Tony just said. You're basically making the Sports South massive warehouse into your own warehouse, and you can make anything and everything. I'm going to flip back to this slide for one more second because look how huge that warehouse is. I was down in Shreveport just over the summer, and what is that now, your second or third expansion to the warehouse?
Actually, it's the fourth, and one picture that we're fixing to release publicly, we just finished our new edition, which has added 50% more space to what we do. So there's actually a a newer screenshot that I can get for you that will show the new warehouse to where we've added 50% more footprint to our existing operations.
Well, and how that really helps, our dealers, our smaller independently owned retailers, is anything and everything that is available in stock in that massive warehouse, you can make available on your e-commerce website by using our online product feed and pulling that on-hand inventory from Sports South, making those products available to sell on your website, and then having Sports South drop ship. So anyway, that's not what we're here today to talk about. That's another awesome feature that we do with Sports South. But real quick, for those of you who don't know who we are or aren't familiar with us here at Celerant, we are a retail software provider. We've been serving the hunt, camp, fish, firearms market now for, 25 years. We're in business. We're soon to be hitting our 26th year. We've been a preferred software provider for the National Shooting Sports Foundation for about 20 of those years. And more recently, of course, the NRA, the ATA, the NASGW. What we feel really differentiates us in the marketplace is that dealers can use our software to manage every aspect of their business, all their sales channels, in store, online, even a mobile app, a range app, online marketplaces. You can take your point of sale on a laptop to a gun show. It's mobile. You can run your entire business with one system and one system provider. Awesome. The two logos on the bottom, I'll just mention, Cumulus and Stratus. Those are our two software platforms. So our smaller dealers are using our Cumulus retail platform. That's a lighter, more cost-effective solution. And then Stratus Enterprise is our more advanced platform. And another advantage is you can start small with Cumulus, add on as you grow, and eventually, if you need an enterprise system, it's an easy upgrade to Stratus. You're not re-implementing a whole new system. All right, so we're going to jump in here. We have a bit to cover. I don't think we'll take the full hour. We'll probably get through this in about 30 minutes or so is the goal. What we're going to introduce to you today is the new Smart Order program. And at Celerant, we were, I think, the first to work with Sports South to really start building this out and planning this out. And we've really taken our time to develop this new integration and really perfect it. So we're going to walk you through the Smart Order program today. We're going to look at a bunch of screenshots, walk through the process, and then Tony is going to give us just a quick live demo so you can actually see it and know that it exists and it's available today. But what we're going to really talk about is how you can order smarter and how you can find hot products that you might not be ordering, or you might have ordered them in the past, but you're not managing them. And Sports South has visibility into industry-wide data, and so they can really help recommend products, help you buy better. And all in all, I mean, the whole purpose here is to save time, avoid stockouts, and just order smarter so that you can spend your time doing other things and make sure your shelves are properly stocked. Yes. And of course, at the end, we're going to save a couple of minutes to answer any questions you might have.
Okay. Yeah, and with all that, again, these systems, as we're going through them, you'll find that they'll stick to our strategy of once again, trying to keep your store as tidy as possible, having the right inventory at the right time, and again, being able to manage that surplus where that's remaining in my inventory and not your own. So.
And so the first slide here is up. Before we jump into the Smart Order program, this is really the why, right? What are the challenges that you all are probably experiencing that really make this program, as I called it, a no-brainer, right? Are you not stocking properly? Are you running out of products? You have, I'm sure, however many of your staple products. What did you refer to them as yesterday, Tony? The products that you always want to have in stock.
Those are the perpetual movers.
Perpetual movers, yes, that's the term I loved. But you want to have them in stock. You never want to be out of stock because you naturally just sell them every day.
Right.
So when are you selling out of those? Or on the flip side, do you have too much inventory? Are you ordering too much product? And of course, that equates to lost dollars and capital. But equally as important is how much time are you wasting, right? You have to figure out, you have to walk through the store. You got to figure out exactly how much product you have, what you need to order. Am I ordering too much? You got to run reports. You got to look at sales history. It's just a lot of manual effort, especially if you have multiple stores and multiple sales channels, right? It just continues to get more complex and more manual. And it results in just a lot of wasted time. And then you have blind spots. You are ordering maybe the wrong things and you're not getting any guidance as to what you should be ordering or what you should be managing differently, or maybe what products are selling in other regions or at other dealers, your competition, but you're not stocking it in your store. So there's a lot of different challenges, and the Smart Order program is really meant to help solve all of those challenges and even eliminate most.
Yeah. And with that, with the discovery of, which products do you sell compared to which products do you check out, with a little bit of a distinction is that your counter guys, they'll sell over the counter specific items, and a sales pitch and everything is needed, compared to those items that are just grab and go type things that are out of sight, out of mind, but yet they're constantly adding revenue for you every month. So.
Yep. All right, so when we host these webinars, I always like to ask a poll question. Tony and I come with our prepared presentation, but depending on how you all answer these questions will probably depend on the content that we deliver, right? So let me put this poll question up. I just pushed launch, so Tony, you should see the question.
I do.
And the question is, how do you currently order inventory? So while I'm reading through these answers, just go ahead and select the answer that makes the most sense for your business. So how do you currently order your inventory? A, I call my sales rep and leave a message and probably wait as long as it takes for him or her to call you back. That was a little cheeky. B, I place orders manually via phone or email or a combination of all of the above. C, I place my orders on the Sports South dealer website. And that is, of course, well, correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, but that is the preference, right, of where you want your dealers to be going and placing their orders.
Yes.
D, I order electronically or digitally through my POS system. And for those of you using our Celerant software, of course, you can create your POs in the Celerant software. And if you have the Sports South integration, you can send your POs electronically to Sports South. And then E, you're a rock star. You automate ordering based on min-max inventory levels. So it looks like we've got 67% who have voted. So I'm going to leave it up for another couple of seconds. If you haven't selected your choice, go ahead and get it in there so we can include everybody. This is very interesting. I'm going to close it out because it looks up. We're at 75%. Okay, see, it's still moving. Go ahead and place your vote. All right, 76%. That is close enough. I'm going to close it and share the results. Look at that. Go ahead, Tony, share those results. It's really small on my side.
Okay, let's see here.
94%.
Yes. Can you see that on my screen now?
Yeah. So 94% are ordering through the dealer website, which is great, right? Because that is, at the end of the day, that is really how Sports South wants you to be ordering. But if you're ordering through the dealer website, there's another really manual piece, especially for Celerant retailers who are probably all on this session today. After you place those orders on the Sports South website, you still have to go in and manually enter them in the Celerant software so that you can receive against them. So another really cool part of this Smart Order program is that we're going to solve that manual task for you. So pretty cool that most everybody, and we even had maybe one rock star on here that's already automating ordering. So kudos to you. All right, so we are going to introduce the new Smart Order program. So let's get into it. To make it easy, we put it as in steps. And again, Tony's going to show a demo of this in just a few minutes right after we talk through it. So the first step is the data push. So what this means is within your Celerant system, we have already built out this integration. So there's nothing for you to do. It's already integrated. We did all the heavy lifting between Celerant and Sports South. So we are, only when you opt in, you have to opt in and you have to tell us you want this program. It does not happen automatically because we at Celerant won't share your data unless you have opted in. But when you opt into the program, we will push your sales data and your on-hand data and your min-max inventory levels. We push it from our Celerant software right to Sports South. And that happens every day, and it happens behind the scenes. So there's nothing for you to have to do. So that's the first step, so that the data gets from our system over to Sports South. Sports South then uses this data, and I always joke that Sports South, this is where they do the magic, right? So they take all your data. This is all data driven based on your specific retail shop, and they're going to make recommendations. This is not automated. Nothing is happening without you saying yes. But what Sports South is doing is making recommendations for you so that when you come in to your Sports South, the Shooting Warehouse, the website, you log in. There's a new section called Smart Order, and you click on that new section, and you're going to see this screenshot that you see here. And Tony's going to walk us through this. So this is the new section on the dealer website that's called Smart Order. And Sports South here is recommending what you should be ordering based on your current data in the Celerant software. So we're looking at min-max levels for the product and knows exactly where your current system is at so that you can come in here and really easily say, yes, yes, yes. You can just go ahead and buy it, or you can save it for later or make edits, saving you a ton of time.
Yes. Yeah, a ton of time, and it's giving you that concentration of those particular items in this one place where there's no searching or anything left on your side. You literally will show up on the page, see the recommendations, quickly make the selection of which ones that you want to accept and run with it.
Yeah, and this, considering that most everybody on today's call is a Celerant dealer and you've used our software for quite a while, or I'm sure we have some newer dealers on as well. For many years, we have had what we call our automated ordering within our Celerant software. And that's still there, that still exists, but that's different from this. So I want to take a minute to just explain how that's different so no one is confused. So in our Celerant software, you can create your PO. You can send the PO electronically to Sports South with the integration. Then you can opt in to do automated ordering, which would then create a PO in our system based on min-max levels, and the PO would automatically go out to Sports South. Now, a lot of our dealers have opted to not use automated ordering within our system, and it's because the PO automatically goes out. Yes, it's a scheduled task, and you can check it and review it before it goes out, but we know our dealers and we know that you all want to have control and really be able to see those orders before they go out, right? This Smart Order program is why I think it's a no-brainer. This is just a recommendation. Sports South is telling you what you should be ordering based on all that same data that is in our system. And you're going to look at it and say, yes, no, wait, make changes. You are the one who is going to basically just click to ship, which we're calling step 3. Or of course, you can make edits. You can remove certain products. Coming soon, you'll be able to save it for later, where you can click save for later. It just drops it down, kind of like your Amazon shopping cart, where it'll still be there. It's not deleted, but you just don't want to buy it right now. So the whole process though is putting, and that's why we say put your replenishment on easy mode, because literally all you do is log into the dealer website, click on this smart order program section, look at what the recommendations are, click to ship, done.
Yep.
It's that easy.
Very easy. Yeah. And, you know, one of the main things that, you know, we found that if there was any complexity to it, it still becomes, it defeats the purpose, right? If it can't remain streamlined right to the point, it's going to miss its mark. So this is completely designed for efficiencies and getting the job done for you.
All right, so step 4, and I can tell you all based on my conversations at SHOT Show and also the Sports South dealer show that was just a couple months back, just talking to a lot of our bigger dealers, they're really excited about Smart Order, but what they're really excited about are these next 2 areas we're going to walk through now. So this first one is the min-max levels. So the beauty of this integration, and this was an enhancement that we did right after SHOT Show, is we are not just syncing your on-hand and your sales data, we're also sending the min-max from our system to Sports South. But now what we're also doing is you can edit the min-max on the Sports South dealer website, and any changes you make on the Sports South website, those are going to sync back into our system. So it is a bi-directional sync for the min-max data, which is, again, just super, super helpful because now you can make changes in your Celerant software or on the Sports South dealer website, and it's going to automatically update and reflect in both systems.
Yes. Which that's great. The very fact that, you know, our 2 teams were able to come together and work many hours to be able to communicate properly to each other on the back side of things was pretty impressive for both teams, for sure.
Yeah, and I'll say this, I just popped up down there as like a little reminder. It's an important note, right? Not all of our dealers are using the min-max. A lot are, and some are not. And that's okay. In order for this smart order program to work, you do need to be using min-max. So what we recommend is you start small. We're not asking you or even suggesting that you go in and set a min-max for every product in your database, because that would be a ton of work, right? But our implementation team at Celerant, we will help you. And Tony's team as well, your sales rep on your Sports South side, they will help you. Tony will help you. There's help on both sides, and we will help you determine what products are my fastest moving products, what products should I be managing, and should I be applying a min-max to? And then based on your data, the second thing is, what should the min-max be? Minimum of 5, maximum of 20, you know, whatever the numbers are. We don't want you just to pick numbers out of the air. We want to really pick the right numbers based on the data. And so both the Celerant team and Tony's team, or both, we can help with the process. So that really is, you know, the first step is to opt into the program while we get the integration going, work with either our team or Tony's team, and start small and start adding min-maxes to the products that you want to start into this program. Yes. And then you grow from there.
Yeah, and the neat thing about that process is how it organically adjusts itself, you know, and that's the things that you may not have time to go through endless Excels to figure out stats on different products necessarily. With this, as we see that you're running out every 2 days, then we're probably have too low of a number. So just due to the fact of how we're able to see these numbers, the frequency of the transaction and how rapidly it leaves your store, this is going to help all these adjustments to just simply automatically take place for you.
All right. So step 5 is the newest addition that we actually just added on right before the Sports South dealer show. And this, I think, is is probably one of the most exciting new features that we just added to the program, and it's going to continue to evolve. Just so everyone understands, you know, we launched at SHOT Show. I feel like before we know it, we're going to be back at SHOT Show, and there's been so many enhancements to this program just within the last 6 months. So as we get more and more dealers using this, and as we continue to work so closely together, we're just going to keep enhancing the program. But this is a really good enhancement. So what this is the order syncing. So any order, every order that our dealers place on the Sports South dealer website, you can now, with this program, you can pull all those orders back into your Celerant system. And then in the Celerant system, our system will automatically generate the PO so that you can receive against it. So it's just making the process so much easier, so much faster, and it's giving so much more transparency, right? I was talking to one of our dealers at the show, and he said, you know, the majority of his buyers, they order from within the system and it's all right there, but his father doesn't ever order through the system. His father calls his sales rep over at Sports South and orders all this product, and then it's not in the Celerant system, and this solves all of that.
That's awesome.
Any order that's placed on the website it can sync back and create that PO in our software so that you can very easily receive against it and not manually create it, or should I say manually recreate it. So it's just, again, saving a ton of time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Tony, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one. This is the Smart Buy section, which is also a pretty awesome section.
Yeah. So the Smart Buys is something that there's a lot of things I just absolutely love about it. One, it's you know, you hate to ever consider anything digital to be living, but what I mean is that it's always learning, it's always evolving, it's always growing. And what it's able to do is now we're able to look at our footprint and all the items we're moving, figure out what our hot spots are and top sellers and all that goes with that. And then we're able to take that and create suggestions and recommendations back to you. But the learning part is as we find out what your genres are and that you're so much in ammo compared to cleaning kits, compared to holsters, compared to pistols over rifles over tactical rifles, those type of things. So as we're constantly able to learn what's important to you, then we're able to take all of our data, find out what's moving in those same areas and report that right back to you. So when we start suggesting to you from a Smart Buy saying, hey, you're not purchasing this product, you probably should, it's not just based upon some arbitrary evaluation of that I had a spike this month, so you should pick it up too. It'll be based completely on what you're actually moving through your store itself.
Yep. So when you get into the Smart Order and then you click in the middle there, Smart Buys, these are the products that you're not managing with your min max, and Sports South is recommending that you should. So you can view the products that Sports South is suggesting. You can then choose to add them to your min max, and then you can choose to add them to your order, right? So again, nothing's happening automatically. These are just suggestions that you can say, yes, 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 this is great. Or you could just say delete or no. So it's not only helping you with replenishment for the products that you know you want to never run out of, it's also helping you better understand what you should be paying closer attention to that you might not be.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I'm going to flip it over to Tony. We are going to take a look at the demo. It's going to be a very short demo. It's just really to show everybody. There we go, Tony. I just sent it over. It's really just to show everybody that this is live, this is available, and you'll see the live system and everything we talked about. You'll see it in production. And again, for any dealer of ours who's using our software, whether it's Cumulus or Stratus, If you want to get this started, I'm going to give you a link at the end of the presentation. There's no cost for this. It is, we just have to turn it on for you, and then we will get you going.
Okay. And I'm just waiting on the share invite on this. There we go. Let's see.
There you go. Yeah, it was delayed even in our test. There we go. We see your screen.
Okay, great. So this is the smart order system. The neat thing about it is that even though it may feel its significance seems high, it seems like it's important, things that, you know, we want everyone to consider, everything that goes with that. But at the same time, it's a very simple concept, right? So what we're doing here is that we're able to see what your actual quantity on hand is. And of course, this is a mock-up account, but we're looking at the last time it was ordered, and our order quantity over here, this is based upon your min-max suggestion. So when you put in there what your min-max is going to be for this particular item, that's where this number comes from. So when we recommend 4, that's based upon your min-max. Now, the good thing about that is as we start noticing other trends and things like that, and we give that feedback to you and you adjust your min-max, it automatically will change what quantity we suggest back to you. So we're always growing with each other on this, and that's the neat thing about that. But the easy part is this. If you want to order this item, all you have to do is just simply click on the checkbox. And when you click on the checkbox, it'll put that in your shopping cart for you. And so, and then if you come down here and you say, oh, I'll take those 2 and I'll jump on these 4. Once you do that, that's all you have to do. And then you click on the checkout, give you an overview. You can choose if you want to do any kind of special shipping, add your PO number over here, and then just simply hit the confirm order button and you're done. The other advantage to this is that since you've already determined which items are going to be on your min-max, this is a great place for a junior buyer or more of just a clerk type scenario where they can come in here as a maintenance mode and do this on your behalf, because they're not making a decision, does the store want to buy this product? You've already determined that. All they're simply doing is just going through here and handling the refill maintenance for you. They get it done in just a couple of minutes and they're done. So that's the benefits from that. Any questions on that or anything that?
No, this looks good. And
Okay.
I love that how you said, you know, you don't have to have your highest buyer handling this, because it's all preset and it becomes more of an administrative type task.
Yeah, well, and we deal with that here, right? We have our senior buyers and they're the ones making the hard decisions. Do I want to onboard the full line of a particular brand, or do I need these 10 products? Well, once they cover that, then we're just simply saying, hey, if we're out of stock or getting low, someone needs to order it. So again, you can have that junior buyer level or more of a clerk type maintenance there, and let them just come in here, low hanging fruit, and just get it done for you. So it's really nice from that. The smart buys, so that's going to be this middle tab. We'll let the data load. So you'll see our little duck here. It feels like it's taken a second to load, but what it just did is that it took a few seconds, but it literally made the evaluation of what's happening on your side, and then it went through our own analytics on our side and returned these products. So you're talking about a major thought process that took just a few seconds to come back and tell you that this particular item is hot for Sports South and you're not taking advantage of it, right? And then you would simply make that decision there to either just simply add that to the order, or you can go ahead and add that to your min-max list as well. So if you're having trouble deciding what to put on min-max, you could start with the smart buys. So you could come over here and, you know, and it could tell you what you're not buying, and you can say, okay, I'm going to start adding that, and I'm going to get me a good list on what I need to have in stock in my store. So your strategy can go a couple of ways on that. You know, so that's kind of a cool feature that this will do for you. And then once we get to manage the min-max themselves, This is also going to go in there, bring back the items. And then this is where on our side, if you haven't already done it on the Celerant side, is you can come here, adjust your min maxes, add new items from here. So we'll allow you to just search for things and bring different things up or whatever you want and go through here and add an item and adjust your min max. And so just come right here, adjust it to what you want it to be, click the add item button, and then it's immediately added to your list for you. So again, we're talking about minutes on things and you know, easy to do, efficient, and again, gives you insight to products you may not even known would have been a good fit for you. So,
and again, whether it's you reaching out to your Celerant account rep or implementation manager, or Tony and his team, or your sales rep on the Sports South side, either side can help determine what the min max should be. And then, as you saw, it takes 2 seconds to update it. And then it's going to push back. Any updates made here will sync back into our system, and any updates you make in our system are going to sync right back to here. So it's just all connected, both directions. Tony, when you log on to the dealer website, where is this section? Where can they find it?
Once the dealer opts in, then they'll have a new button in this area that will say Smart Orders. And all they have to do is come to the website, go to the bottom left corner and click the button, and they're in the environment.
So they're not going to see that button until they opt in and we actually initiate this for them.
Correct, because without the initiation, I have nothing to show yet, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody understands that, because a lot of the times, even our dealers, you know, we talk so much about, let's say, distributor integrations, and a lot of times they'll just expect that when they turn on the system, it's just going to be there. We have to know that, number one, you're an approved dealer of Sports South. We have to know your credentials, your Sports South credentials, so we can't even make it all accessible in our system until we set it up. Same thing here. We need to know you want it, and then we turn it on both sides, and then you'll be rocking and rolling.
And let me say something about the smart buys. One thing that, and we made this decision from the get-go, is that these recommendations are not driven by what I need to move off my shelf. So if I'm heavy on something and I need to liquidate here, there, or I'm running a promotion, this is not the place to recommend based upon what I need to sell. So there's integrity in this list that is being maintained, that these are items that's going to be good for you to purchase based upon you, not based upon me and not from a manufacturer's influence. So,
yep. So your specific shops, data-driven.
Yep.
Suggestions here.
That's important, because, and I'm not trying to use the word integrity because everybody likes to use, but that's significant that there is integrity within the system to where it's as objective as we possibly can be, that we're truly looking out for the interest of the dealer and his inventory. So.
Yep. All right. So that was the demo. It was short and sweet because it's easy and meant to be simple. So let's look at one more slide here. So that wraps up what we wanted to show you all about Smart Order. While we have you here and we're talking about technology, we're talking about all these different new ways you can embrace technology and really save time and automate processes, I just put a couple of quick things up here that I just want to throw a little teaser out there. And, you know, if you're interested in doing any of these other things, reach out to your account rep at Celerant. If you're not yet using Celerant, ask your, when you get the demo, just ask your sales rep to talk through it. Send me a note. My contact info will be available at the end of this presentation. So the Smart Order program is one program that we at Celerant have with Sports South. We also have, for many years, our Sports South integrations. And so there's two parts to that. There's the brick and mortar part and the e-commerce part. And both parts help you save a ton of time and eliminate a lot of manual entry. So the first is the catalog import. That's for your brick and mortar. That's to, within our Celerant system, within our back office software, you can access the Sports South entire catalog. And there's a color code, there's a key, you can select, you can import certain products, you can update certain products if Sports South has made updates and you want to refresh your database. You just let our system know what you want to do, and you set your rules, and you can run the update. But the point is, you can do it right within your software, our software. You're not uploading spreadsheets, you're not doing all of that, and that's using the catalog import integration. We also have, like I mentioned earlier, where you can automate the ordering or send orders through our system. But now we have this new smart order program, which my gut tells me the majority of our dealers are going to lean towards the smart order program for the ordering part, for the replenishment part, I should say. The other really awesome piece, which a lot of our dealers are already using, and I personally continue to encourage all of our dealers to use this, is the online feed and the drop ship for e-commerce. Because like we mentioned earlier, we showed you Sports South's warehouse, and it's massive. You can use the Sports South online product feed, where Sports South has done all the work. They have all the product information, product descriptions, product images. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, but I think you guys even have 360-degree product images.
Yes, we do. And we're expanding that. We're working on some new technology to help us turn those into a much larger library than what we have now.
Right. So all of that product data, Sports South has it, and through our online product feed, we at Celerant give you the ability to just pull that data and easily post it on your website and make those products available for sale. We also pull the on hand at Sports South's warehouse so that you can list any product on your website that they have in stock at their warehouse, and then you can sell it on your website without stocking the merchandise, right? That's like the endless aisle term. You can sell a heck of a lot more online because you're not stocking it. Sports South is stocking it and then shipping it on your behalf, because we also offer drop ship. You can drop ship firearms. Your customer, if you have our e-commerce, your customer on our website will use our FFL locator, and they're going to select a dealer that's local to them, and then the website, you'll send the order to Sports South to drop ship on your behalf to the local FFL of the customer's choice and facilitate the sale of that firearm. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with, even if you're not using Celerant software, even if you're ordering from different distributors, whatever point of sale, whatever e-commerce you're using, and whatever distributor you're ordering from, talk to them and see if these things are available, because this is what retail software should be doing for you today. The days of just processing sales and tracking inventory and doing only that are over, and your software should really be helping you sell more and be more efficient across the board. One other really cool new feature that I want to give a little teaser to here, unrelated to Sports South specifically, but I'm sure everybody on this session sells on GunBroker. They're one of our oldest partners. We've been integrated with GunBroker, I really think since like their inception. But we have a brand new GunBroker integration that's coming out in a couple of weeks. And it's a whole new way to manage your GunBroker orders. So it's a brand new portal where you'll be able to list products with a couple of clicks right from within our system to GunBroker. Of course, the inventory is synced, as it always is. And of course, the orders will flow right back into your Celerant software, as they always do, for those of you using our GunBroker integration. But it's a whole new portal. It's a whole new, really nice, intuitive system to manage it all within. And most importantly, you can post your listings really easily with a couple of clicks from within our system. We also have a brand new feature coming with GunBroker beyond just the new integration, and we're calling it precision pricing for GunBroker. So this new feature is basically going to allow our Celerant dealers to stack up your entire product database, what you have, what you're selling at your store, stack it up against the GunBroker data, and our system is going to tell you in just a couple of seconds which of your products you should be listing on GunBroker, and of the products you should be listing on GunBroker, what you should have those priced at. So this new feature is going to tell you exactly which which items in your current database you should list, and you have them priced right. It's also going to flag any product that this integration tells us that you're priced too high, you're overpriced. It's not worth it to even post it on GunBroker because you're not going to sell it. And it takes it a step further and even recommends, our new feature is going to recommend what the price should be. You can accept it, you can change the price, you can edit it, you can do whatever you want, and then click, 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 it's posted on GunBroker. And it's all done from within this new feature, this new program that we're going to be offering. So this is going to be available in probably a month or so. That's the goal. We're right there at the end. And we had GunBroker at our client conference. A couple of clients told me that it was like the highlight of the conference was just seeing John from GunBroker there and learning about this new feature coming soon. Well, it's here. So for those of you that are our clients, pay attention to your emails because we'll be announcing this in just a couple of weeks.
That's awesome.
Cool. And again, all of this, everything we talked about, whether it's Smart Order, all these other integrations we've had with Sports South and our other distributor partners for years, all this new GunBroker stuff coming up, it's all about embracing technology. It's about saving time, saving money, eliminating manual work, and ultimately selling more. And in some cases, stocking less, right? If you're using the online feed and the drop ship. So running your business smarter, not harder. All right, that's a wrap. We've got our contact info here, Tony's email, my email. Feel free to email us both directly. We're happy to answer any questions you have. Anyone on the call who is using our Celerant system, or even if you're not and you want to learn more, visit that link on the bottom, celerant.com/smart order. That's a brand new web page we just created. It's specifically for Smart Order. And there's a button right at the top that says get started. All you have to do is fill out that form. Just tell us who you are, click get started, and then we're going to get that request. And then someone from our team will reach out. There's no cost for the Smart Order. Again, we do need you to tell us you want it. You need to opt in. We'll get it set up for you on our side. And then of course, we'll communicate it to Tony and his team, get it all set up. Does not take a long time to get set up. And it's just that easy. So I encourage everybody to go ahead and visit that page and fill out that form.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're excited about this, you know, and it is, even though it does make your world easy, but we want it to make you better, right? As a retailer, how can we bring together all of our experiences and everything to not just simply make your life easier, but better? And again, the challenge is that we always need to know how to go to market. What do we need to go to market with, and how well can we compete? And just, again, bringing all these systems together, making you smarter, able to make better decisions on the fly at the very moment in time, and again, making yourself more profitable. So.
Yeah. All right. This is time now for Q&A. So we did have a couple of questions that came through. Again, I encourage everybody to go ahead and drop any questions you may have. On the GoToWebinar pane, you'll see a question section. You can just drop it in there, and then we'll take a minute now and answer. So the first question is, when it recommends products, is it also suggesting products that are being carried and sold by other dealers around me locally?
It could be. It could be. And again, it's, you know, around me can be relative, you know, because we may only have in Shreveport 3 stores, and it may be 75 miles before there's significant numbers, right? So sometimes it's harder to determine what that, you know, nearby would be, but every bit of that is considerations in what we're doing. And again, as the data continues to grow, it'll get tighter and tighter on its tolerances on what we're recommending. So.
Awesome. I was smiling because thank you, Jonathan. I just read your comment. Jonathan said, no question, just a comment. Thank you. This is amazing.
Oh, thanks, Jonathan.
Music to our ears. Yes, love that. So Scott has a question. How does Smart Order consider existing on orders?
Well, when we look, oh, that's a good, okay, I understand
That
the
is a
question
good
now.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we absolutely consider that. And so when we look at what you already have on order, we're not going to recommend it because we're protecting you from double dipping. So when we get the data back, we see that you already ordered 4 of them yesterday. And just because you're out right this moment in time, we're not going to recommend it. And one stage to that we're working on is an estimated time of shipment, so that if it's February and you go to some show and they're going to deliver in September, you're out right now, even though you have it on order, there's a relevancy there that's saying that you're not going to receive it for 8 months. So we may want to go ahead and fill that. So we may recommend to you something you have on order if the estimated shipping time is so many days away.
Good. Great.
Did that answer the question on that?
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it did.
Okay.
If Scott, if there's another question, just drop it in and we'll circle back to you. All right, next question. How do you know that the recommended number that you're suggesting is accurate?
Because what we're recommending on the number is based upon your min maxes. So it doesn't go outside those parameters. In fact, the default is your minimum. So, and then what we'll do is based upon that minimum, we'll recommend that. But over time, if we see that you're changing that to 2 above your minimum, then we'll start adjusting our recommendations as well. So it's constantly evolving and watching what you're doing. And then eventually at some point, you'll see that your order is always around 6, so your minimum may be too low. So you'll see that evolution in what's happening there as well.
Awesome. And I want to circle back also to Scott's question, not directly related to Scott's question, but and Tony, I'll let you speak to this more so. But when I was in Shreveport, not at this show, but last summer, and when I met with Tripper, I remember he had specifically said that, especially since this is new-ish, Sports South is really, I mean, if you can't see how excited Tony and I are about this new program and launching this and getting all of our dealers using it. Just for those of you who might feel a little nervous for whatever reason, or, if something happens, from what Tripper even said personally to me, Sports South is going to be forgiving, and we'll take some returns and do if
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything will happen, but should anything happen,
You're
Sports
right.
South will really work with you.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. So, and again, and we may make a mistake, but the only thing that we try to do was minimize what that impact would be. And again, if we're staying within the parameters that you've set, then we're keeping in your safe zone for you. And so,
Right.
The other aspect to this that I deal with quite a bit on phone calls is how it's not enough to get good discounts, right? And one of the slides was talking about return on investment. The problem is I've got dealers that they save money by ordering such thick volume, so they have $1 million+ sitting in their warehouse for 8 months because they saved 2% on it, and that's not always the best way to make money, right? Being able to have a fewer day supply, turn those few days, 10, 12 times a year, that becomes a multiplier to your margin. So even if it lowers your margin, but you create a significant multiplier, your gross dollars that's flowing into your account will be greater than what it previously was. So don't, return on investment, gross return on investment, can actually help you against fighting discounts in other channels or whatever that may be. So.
And from Ethan, this one made me smile too. Tony, you're going to love this. Ethan said, I want to give my personal feedback as we have been using this for a month or so now. It is truly next level and has made it so much easier for me to see where the market may be going. It has been a game changer for us to help reach our customers and keep our shelves stocked before any rush happens or we get very low. Well,
Awesome.
that is exactly why we're doing this, and I may have to take that quote and put it on the website.
Yeah, thank you, Ethan. That's kind of you.
Yes, yes, we really appreciate the feedback. All right, one more question and we will wrap it up. So the question is, I heard that there's no cost on the Celerant side, but is there any cost on the Sports South side for this new program?
Absolutely not. And so this is just simply another way to present what you need to order from us, and there's absolutely no charge in any form or fashion for this. And so.
Yeah, and there's one thing I want to share, again, not related directly to that, but Tony, can you just explain to everybody, you mentioned it to me yesterday, and it was like a light bulb. This actually really helps you all at Sports South too,
Oh yeah.
because when you see the min-max levels and you see all of this, you can better stock and prepare on your end too. And that's
Yeah.
really a huge benefit to you all as a distributor.
Yeah, I like to say that you're helping us help you,
Right.
and the way that you're doing that is that, once we start seeing the frequency of products and how they're moving, we'll quickly be able to identify, are we able to meet that demand, right? And so once we see that trajectory of where we're heading on running out of stock and those type of things, we can be more nimble on our side and go ahead and get those orders in with our manufacturers so that we're never out of stock. And that's the beauty of a distributor, is you're letting them bear that burden of maintaining that heavy inventory, and we do that part really well. I'm grateful to the Dixon leadership for how they know it's expensive, but again, if we can always stop you from running out of stock, you won't lose the money, and that's super important to us. So.
Right. So no cost on our side, no cost on Sports South side. And also it's worth noting, because some of our dealers have been with us for a very long time. Some dealers are brand new. There was a time we used to charge for the distributor integrations. We no longer charge for distributor integrations either, because we want our dealers to really get the value of all of this automation. And we don't want to charge, we're not charging for it any longer. So if any of the dealers, had explored this a couple years back, but decided, not the smart order, it's new, but the online feed, the drop ship, all the other stuff that we've had for years. If you've considered it, a couple years back and then opted to not do it because there was a monthly fee, there's no longer a monthly fee. So we really are encouraging all of our dealers to embrace all of these integrations with Sports South, with all our distributor partners, and especially this new smart order program, which is really exclusively right now with Sports South, is just an amazing program. So with that, we are at time. Thank you everybody for joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can reach out to me or Tony, or of course your Celerant sales rep or account rep. And most importantly though, visit that webpage, celerant.com/smart order, fill out that little form at the top, get started, and that is how you can start the process. Yes. Tony, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Appreciate everything. Thank you, everybody. Thank y'all for y'all's time.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.